I mean, like, this is your.
We're bringing a sexy back.
What if it was like hairy back?
Oh, you not ready? We're getting hairy backs.
What?
No, I never shit my back like that. I don't know.
And then I want you to wax my back.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty girl.
Oh my gosh, Caryn, this is
not appropriate.
I don't know. I never know how my morning is going to start. It's definitely not appropriate, but you can still play that song.
What? Wax my back?
Yeah, yeah. Just play. You know, we're gonna wax our backs.
Yeah, that is. Happy Wednesday, everybody!
Whoop whoop! It's Wednesday.
Hey, Nick. One, you're teaching a class today for our group, so thank you for deciding to show up. That's awesome.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think I taught actually on Monday for your markets.
And yeah. Are you teaching again today?
Yeah, I'm teaching at 10 Central.
10 Central. And yesterday, Portugal made us look really smart.
Yeah, Portugal really edited that really nice. We actually knew exactly what we were saying. Isn't editing amazing? They were like, okay, you guys go. And then I'm like, yes. And then when they broadcast, I'm like, E equals MC squared. And they're like, wow, Nick is so smart.
And there was a point.
But I'm worried what the actual translation. So yesterday our session, for those of you who don't know, our session debuted on Portugal's KW Mega Camp for the first time ever, their first ever Mega Camp. And at the bottom, there was translation in Portuguese. And I'm like, why are people messaging me saying, oh my gosh, Nick, that was hilarious. I don't know why you talk to Caryn like that. And I'm like, what did those translations say?
That's right, Portugal. You're right. Why does it seem that way?
It was super fun though.
Well, there was something funny that I remember when we recorded, because it's been several weeks, that you're like, oh, have you tried that? I'm like, no, I totally just thought of it right now in this moment. So I have to go rewatch that part in the interview and see if it made the cut.
Yeah, because people are like messaging you probably, Caryn, remember that thing you mentioned that you said you do all the time? I just thought of it just now. I don't know what.
Yeah, because
what are you talking about?
I'm an outside processor. Like, I talk out loud to share ideas, which drives most people crazy, actually. But I'm a thinker. I'm like Ed Sheeran. I'm a thinker out louder.
Is Ed Sheeran a thinker out louder?
Obviously, he wrote a song about it.
Oh, I don't listen to Ed Sheeran because he annoys me.
Wait, you're saying that someone annoys you?
Yeah, actually, a lot of people annoy me. You didn't know that about me? Have you met me? I'm very easily annoyed.
Oh, you're irritable. That is for sure.
Yeah, it's just my anxiety that makes me. And by the way, just because if I'm annoyed doesn't mean I'm annoyed. Like my anxiety makes me edgy. It makes me annoyed. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't make me edgy. Like, whoa, Nick's like super edgy. Doesn't make me edgy
emo.
like that.
That guy, Nick's super emo.
Nick's so emo. He's so like goth. I never get that.
But your beard looks really good. So your girl came yesterday to the house. I remembered on Monday. I think you were a little impressed by that I remembered. And I'm
impressed, but I'm also weird. I'm impressed, but I'm also weirded out that you knew that. So it makes me wonder, like, is Caryn really paying attention, or does she like have cameras in my house? I'm guessing it's the cameras in my house.
Anne's fine with it.
We have security cameras in a couple of the rooms, so we can see like if the boys are doing things that they shouldn't be doing. And then also to see if we get robbed when we're not there. But I'm pretty sure, Caryn, that you hacked into my security. My girl Kat, she came to my house. She trimmed my beard up.
Well, Anne had no problem when I asked her what her mother's maiden name is and her date of birth. And then I asked her what app it was. So I'm in your security system. Like, that's how.
Okay, you're like, what's your mother's maiden name? Oh, what's your grandmother's birthday?
Just curious. Nothing weird. Just curious. Okay.
Why do you want to know when my grandmother was born? No, nothing. No reason. I collect dates. I just collect them I collect dates like stamps.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking for behind you?
It's for my calendar. Look what came in.
Oh yeah, KW masks, baby.
How
I
cute is
ordered
that?
mine.
How cute is
Where's
that?
mine?
So
I
they're
ordered
like
mine yesterday.
okay,
I
they're
ordered
like
mine yesterday. Why haven't they come yet?
they're like the blue ones, but throwaways because who wears makeup? This girl.
Well, I'm
And
not going to throw. You can wear them. You can
oh,
wear.
you
You
can.
can wear them several times. You don't have to throw them right out.
This is like super sharp on, but FDA requirements are only one time. Like I have to, learn.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Is
like, what's considered one time though? Like, how many hours?
well, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I play one.
Like, I'm assuming that one time isn't like if you go to the CVS for milk and it only takes you 20 minutes. I'm assuming that's not like one time. Yeah, that's nice. Are you
wearing
frozen?
makeup and having to wear masks. No, you are.
Am I frozen now?
No, you're just pixely. Like I
don't
actually
know why. Like I don't know why. Like,
well, Nick, hold on, time out. I'm going to tell our 17 viewers right now what I taught you today as a real estate agent. Sometimes in houses,
I'm turning off the internet on my desktop. Right, go ahead.
Sometimes in homes, everybody, if you have an old TV antenna stored in your attic or on like might still be attached or on your roof, that can disrupt an internet signal. FYI.
How about now? Am I still pixely?
It's a little better actually.
Yeah, well, I turned off the internet on my desktop, so now I'm only on my laptop.
Yeah. So
yeah.
COVID update. My county where I live is going back into public restaurant shutdown on Friday.
Whoa, isn't that interesting when you lift mask restrictions, how this virus spreads? I just find that to be, ain't science something?
Yeah. So it's sad. I'm sad for all because I'm a restaurant girl. That's what I used to do. And so I'm really sad for all the restaurateurs.
Yeah, I mean, and by the way, I'm worried about the wintertime when it comes to restaurants. There's some restaurants in my area that like literally are outside on the street.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, listen, of course we all want everything to go back to normal, but if everybody doesn't follow the same rules, it's not going to happen.
Well, what people can do is when we first went into COVID, I created a Facebook public page of restaurants to support local and restaurants. So if I was a realtor, I might do that in my home market so that you can support restaurants to stay in business and get to go food and stuff.
Yeah, we've been doing that. So like the other night I got takeout from like our favorite, it's like a Mexican Japanese fusion, like edamame, guacamole, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But so
edamame guacamole. Mm-hmm. That's weird.
Yeah, we haven't got, and like it's like barbecue pork burritos. It's the best. It's called Honcho. Anyway, I got takeout from there the other night. We haven't eaten there in forever.
Yeah.
But I miss their drinks. They have the best drinks. Oh my gosh. So good. I haven't had like a good drink in a while.
I know, like that is true. Like a good cocktail. I'm taking my mom.
Yeah, like a good Manhattan. I love Manhattan on the rocks. I need to have a good. You know what? Maybe after this show, I'll drink one. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You know what we need to do is Lauren Lucido we need to do another happy hour. But tomorrow night, Thursday night at 7:00 Central on the Lady Leaders Facebook group, I'm doing a short business session for 2021 goals.
Oh, I'm not in that group because I'm not a lady.
No, you can go. We had a rooster in that house before. We've had rooster. So we can add you to that group because it's
no. I don't want to. Don't. I'm like so in touch with my feminine side that I will legit. Yeah, I'm very. You know this about me. I'm very sensitive.
Oh, some restaurants, if they would align StreamYard with Facebook, I could see their name, but the restaurant bars have curbside to go. A lot of Chicago bars do full cocktails to go. And here's what's crazy. In the night, my mom and dad got married in 1960. Okay, old. And my dad was a hurricane hunter pilot in the Navy, and he was stationed out of Pensacola. Well, in Florida in 1958, 59, 60, and I'm anywhere around that, they had drive-up cocktail bars. So you'd literally drive up, order 2 martinis or 2 Manhattans to go, and then drive away.
Oh my gosh, that's the best. And by the way, when you were reciting that history lesson, I'm sure you weren't looking at Wikipedia.
No, my dad how would I not know what my dad was doing?
You were like, Nick, in the early 19.
You know,
Yes,
Nick.
At the end of the Great Depression, Nick, what happened was
I'm going to put a mask over your side of the screen.
well, good, because if I'm on a Zoom call with you, I could still catch COVID. Oh
my gosh. Let's bring our drive-through Jack.
Awesome guest on.
New Orleans is a dangerous place. Okay. Ooh, rum chata and fireball. I love all these.
COVID is the least of their worries in New Orleans.
Realtors are the greatest. They're like, I like rum chata fireball. I like the drive-through daiquiri bar. All right, let's bring on.
By the way, I love New Orleans. It was a joke.
Yeah. No,
but I just want, before people get mad at me for saying things about New Orleans. I love New Orleans. I said
for some people, it's an amazing city. All right, I'm going to bring our guest. Should I play a song again? It's hard to play DJ and do all this. Like people just
bring on Jessica. She's waiting patiently for us. Oh, snap.
Hello. Good morning.
10-4 over now. It's our pilot, Jessica Groff. Our pilot is on the show this morning.
Love her glasses.
She is flying very smoothly over.
She's flying a 747.
That's right.
What's up, everyone? I just gave Jessica a new name. Her new name is J Groff.
J Groff.
Jessica, tell everyone who you are.
Good morning, everyone. I am responsible for the product team at KWRI. I've been with KWRI about a year and a half now, but I've been in tech building products for the past 12 years, so pretty much my whole career, and happy to be here. Hey, Josh, I've done some stuff with Josh in the past at some events, so good to see you in the chats there. I am lucky enough to lead our amazing product team of product managers. We've got about 14 of them, and they own all the different facets of our technology and decide the direction, the strategy, what's the next thing we're going to work on, what's the requirements for that, and then we work with design and engineering to bring those things to life.
So basically, you're just like everybody's boss.
Josh is my boss, so not everybody.
Listen, Jessica, let's be real. We all know Josh. You're really the boss. So you have product managers, and then you're up here making sure that everything is running smoothly for all the product managers.
Mostly making sure that the work that we're doing is connecting to our overall corporate strategy, right? So the strategy that Josh and Gary lay down for us of where we want to move the needle on these products, I work with the team to make sure that the work and what we're defining ladders up into that strategy and that we're selecting the right things to move forward and take those steps forward in the right areas.
Would this be why ideas.kw.com is so important?
It is, absolutely. Actually, we just this week had a conversation. I won't spill the beans too much, but one of our products, a goal for Family Reunion is to knock out the top 3 ideas for that product on ideas.kw.com. So yes, ideas.kw.com is so important because it's just one of the many inputs of agent voices that we have, and it's one we look at frequently.
Okay, so what are the top 3? I know you can't tell us, right?
You're going to have to go look and try to figure out which one.
Oh, you got to go look and figure it out. Oh, okay, wait. Can we do a scavenger hunt? Like everyone go to
a contest.
Yeah, go to Ideas. How about this, Jessica? And you let me know. Our group can go. We can do a contest. They can try to figure out what the top 3 are, and whoever's right could win
$50.
$50. A margarita, a takeout margarita from somewhere in Chicago.
Yeah, you guys are the prize givers.
We're the prize givers. Ah, shoot. Now,
Jessica, did you just say that they get a one-on-one coaching appointment with Josh Team?
No, I did not. But I heard you say that.
I'm sorry. That's what I thought I heard. My apologies.
Okay, here's an idea. We're going to deploy this contest, and you're not going to find out till Family Reunion. But if anyone figures out by doing some, detective work, what the top 3 ideas are and what you think we're going to see at Family Reunion, Caryn and I will send you presents. I don't know what it is yet.
One specific product.
We don't know the answers. How are we?
We'll find out.
You will.
Okay. Jason will call us the 5 minutes before they announce everything.
Maybe it's because we're in labs. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Jessica, who do you like working with more, agents or leaders?
Oh,
Just kidding.
Okay, how about this, Jessica?
How do you answer that?
You know,
that's a hard question. Jessica, what do you like about working with leaders, and what do you like about working with agents?
And when you say leaders, do you mean like market center and regional leadership, or do you mean the leaders inside of KWRI?
Market center.
No, market center.
And so, I mean, the best thing for me is they're each my customer and the audience for different areas of command. So we have Command MC, Command Market Center, where our users there are our regional leadership, and then regular command, it's agents. So we run labs with our Market Center leadership in the same way we do agents. We get a little bit of a different voice. Agents are incredibly passionate, which I love. I mean, for a product person, having a user base who is engaged as the Keller Williams is a dream come true. It's what you always hope for with the products that you build, that you have this group of people who are so passionate and can't wait to tell you how to make it better, that they love what you built, that you built the wrong thing and you need to change it. All of it is great. And then regional leadership is a little different in that they really help us understand the operations of Keller Williams. This is how a market center runs. This is the needs of a region. And so, you get such different input, but I get to work with both of them, whether it's Command MC or on the command side. So I personally, I love interacting with both. And then we also have our consumer platform, so we get some of the consumer users over there as well. So I feel fortunate that I get to work with everybody kind of in our ecosystem because of the technology that we've built.
Well, hold on a second. You said that you get feedback from consumers too? Like,
we do.
Do you actually, so how does that work? Like, because I know there's a consumer feedback button, but do you guys like pinpoint certain people that are using it and kind of have like a focus group?
Oh yeah, we could certainly run consumer labs. So when we're putting things out it's not just what agents want, right? We obviously want the agent voice, and to make sure that we're capturing everything back in command that's happening on the consumer app that's important to the agent, and we understand the needs there. But then there's also, what's a consumer preference? How do they want to be served that info by their agent? What's the best way? What's the email preferences that we need that's going to make everyone happy? And so when we need to find those things out, we certainly will. We'll do consumer labs as well as agent labs and bring those together.
That's real. I think, first of all, that's very important for everyone to understand, because I'll tell you why. And I knew that you guys tested neighborhood snapshots, and you have really great data on how long people like stay on and looking on those compared to regular listings. But it's really important for agents to understand that like the consumer platform is for consumers, and you guys just aren't like blindly building technology to say, you know what, we shouldn't put the agent branding there. Consumers are telling us what they want their search experience to be. So if you have a KW app and on the front page, it doesn't say the awesome group, we sold 9 billion houses and $16 trillion in volume. Consumers don't care. They don't want to see that, especially not on the home page. So
it actually makes for some fantastic debates too within the product team, because you'll have people who are advocating super hard for, no, agents need to see this, we need to surface this, and then you have other people who are like, if we do this, consumers are going to drop out. That's spamming, and we're constantly trying to find where is that right line to make sure we can keep the agent at the center of every transaction, but then not over spam a consumer and make them feel like they're in an app that's just an ad for their agent, right? We want to add value to both sides.
I can't imagine.
Sorry, go ahead, Caryn.
Well, I just can't imagine the undertaking. Like, I'm thinking about my doctor, my physician's group, right? And like an undertaking where you have to placate the agents, the consumer, and the back end system. Like, that is such a ridiculous undertaking that I don't think most people are aware of the breadth of responsibility, like what that really looks like. I mean, that's insane. What would you compare? Is there anything you can compare that to of how big of a challenge this has been, or opportunity?
Yeah, I know for us, I mean, how many people get to say, hey, I got to go and kind of change an industry, which is really what we feel like we're doing. And so everyone on the product team, we sign up for the hard problems. We came here because we really like them, and we 100% believe in the direction that Gary and vision that Gary and Josh kind of set out when we came on this technology road. And so I think we signed up for this, and none of us wanted to go build something that everybody else has already done, right?
Right.
And we're building this consumer app in a very different way. We're not building a Zillow 2.0, because we want the agent at the middle of the transaction. We don't want to remove an agent with technology, which is what so many of these applications have done. And we believe that people get the best service and the best real estate experience with their agent and technology together. And so for us, it is a challenge always, especially when you run into those areas where it's like, ooh, where is the line here? Where agents are all telling us we want to be here, consumers are saying, no, I want to be here. Like, where's the right line? And so you can test that, you can lab it. And sometimes it's not until you deploy it and you see, kind of watch the numbers of what happens, and you can move the needle a little bit. But they certainly are hard problems. But I think for all of us, that's the fun. You get to come and figure out some of those hard problems. And we know if it's always iterative work. So if we don't get it right the first time, we'll keep tweaking and keep building on it. But it's challenging, but to me, that's the fun.
I just want to thank you for HOA information.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, as a Midwestern, that HOAs in neighborhoods, for some East Coast and some places, it's not a big deal, but it can make or break a buyer qualification. And it's a really important factor in my area. And so thank you for keeping your promise of getting it out, because that is like a game changer for us.
Well, especially like
Absolutely.
a lot of areas with subdivisions, they might not look like they're condo associations, but they are. Like, I live in a sub and it's single family homes, but we have monthly fees. And so a lot of times you don't realize, but I'm not buying a condo there. I'm not sharing a wall, you know what I mean? But you live in a community. So that's huge. Hey, Jessica, I noticed this, right? So agents go, oh, sweet, they released HOA. Yeah, but can it make my bed yet? You know, like, you know what I mean? There's always like,
always.
Can I get a spray tan?
Yeah, but can it drive me to the store yet? I asked for that. Can it do that? Like, how do you guys handle, you release something that everybody wants and they go, yeah, but can it do laundry for me? I asked about, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think in software development, there becomes a point in your career that you just get used to that. You get used to, I'm going to release something, and there's going to be some people who are real excited about it, and then there's going to be a whole lot of people who want to tell us, but why didn't you build this or this or this? And so you get used to the fact that the list of what we want to build is always longer than the amount of time or runway or whatever that we have. And so we just have to be confident that whatever our company strategy is, whatever that we're trying to move the needle on, that those things are at the top, and that we know that there's 100 other things we want to get to, but we're doing these first, and then you celebrate those when you get them out the door. And so it's important to take those moments, celebrate them. For those people that you just made their day, Anthony Johnson has been asking for HOA data for, I think, the last year. And so we all knew we were going to make him really happy when we released that.
And Karen Prowl asked Jason's
Is Anthony Johnson a real person, or did you just make that name up?
No, it's a real person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so, like, you know, there's some people that you've seen on Facebook, them ask. And I remember when we were doing the kind of approvals right before we launch, we go through and every department kind of gets a demo of it. We all see it. Marketing says, yes, we're ready. Training says, yes, we're ready. Tech says, this all looks good. QA says everything passed, and we deploy it. And you feel good in those moments for those people that you made happy, and you listen to the others, because, hey, as soon as you deploy something, you're going to start working on something else. So it never hurts to hear what everyone's asking for, and that helps us know that we're working on the right things. And you just get used to it. It's always going to be, ooh, and can it do this? But again, that's part of our incredibly passionate user base, and you sign up for that.
You know, I can honestly say, like, let's go back to Family Reunion 2019, right? Maybe we
Family
don't want
Reunion, that was my first. Well, let me see. Yeah, Family Reunion 2019. I was actually being recruited to KW, and I joined.
Seriously?
Where were you before?
I was at a product management software company called AHA. It's actually the 14th fastest growing software company in the country. And so I was there for 3 years, and then Keller Williams found me, and we were talking, and the role seemed like the right fit, and they said, come. But I kept saying, I said, I need to see the product. I'm not going to come work on a product until I can see it. And so they said, come to Family Reunion, you'll get to see all of it and then some. And so that was actually my first Keller Williams event, where I got a sneak peek at everything that was going on.
Oh, so they recruited you like we recruit megas. Come to Family Reunion, you'll see what it's all about.
That's right.
You know,
that's right. And now I use that to recruit product people as well. You you get to see all the product and the energy and the passion. Like, how could you not sign up for that?
Right. No, it's fantastic. Well, so I, yeah, when they released it to us, I just want to go back a little bit and say, like, if you remember back then when they opened it up to all the agents, and it really didn't do that much, right? But then you have people like Josh Bickle, who literally been running their business on command since February 2019 with just contacts, and maybe there were some neighborhoods. But if you think back over the evolution of command, like what has happened in the last 18 months, I mean, it's pretty impressive, like the way it's grown. And you think about it, right? 18 months when you're building something from the ground up, that's actually not a long time, right? Because then
160,000 people plus consumers.
That's right.
Right. Then at that point you're trying to build the stuff that agents want, but you're also trying to stay ahead of the curve, right?
Absolutely.
So can you talk about how that, plays a part of it?
Yeah. So, and keep in mind as well. So I've in the past spent 18 months building a new application that was then launched, right? And we built dozens of applications that all talk to each other, and a consumer app, and Command MC, and and you keep going. And so when you look at the breadth of everything, when I joined shortly after that mega camp when Command was launched, and we looked at it and we said, okay, we got it into people's hands. We're starting to get great feedback as they're using it. Now, where are the gaps that we need to close? What are the things that we have to build? And that's one of the things that I love about the way that Keller Williams builds technology is the partnership with the agents. So in so many other companies, Command would have stayed behind lock and key for another 2 years because no one would have put it out to get it in agents' hands and until it was perfect, or until every T was crossed and I was dotted. And the approach here was, we know that we're going to add value with this. We know there's also some things we need to work on and make better, but we think we will be better if we get that feedback. So let's get it into people's hands. Let's let those who want to jump in and be early adopters, and they can help guide us on this journey of where we need to take Command. And I mean, that's really the story of the last 18 months, as it's been hand in hand with agent feedback, whether it's Gary conducting labs, Josh conducting labs, calling agents, us on the phone all the time, emails. Nick has joined some of our tech meetings and given feedback. It's that has led to where we are now. Half the features in Command, if not more, are because we were on a call with somebody and they said, hey, it needs to do this, and it made sense, and so we work on it and build it. But 18 months is no time in technology. Like I said, I've spent that long building a companion mobile app in the past for a software system. So the fact that we've taken all of these platforms that we have and brought them as far as we have in such a short amount of time, for us, all we can see is all the things that it needs next. That's product folks and engineers as well. All we can see is, ooh, this didn't work exactly like I wanted, or ooh, this thing, it still needs X, Y, and Z. But that's something we focus on with the team every once in a while, especially before these big events, is let's stop and look at everything we've done over the past 6 months and celebrate it, because it really is phenomenal. And there's so much effort, there's so much thought, there's so many conversations that go into those, that I think stopping and seeing how far you've come is part of the journey. And I'm really proud of how far we've come. I know we have further to go, and Command's just going to keep getting better and better for everyone. But I get so excited every time I hear like you said, the Josh Bickle stories, or people who it really has helped them change their business, because that's why we all came here.
Well, do you want to hear? Oh, go ahead, Caryn. Sorry.
Well, no, it's okay. I feel like it's been happening slowly then suddenly. Like the past 4 to 5 months I feel like I've seen such advancement in the use of Command and how deep and thorough it is. But I just want to know, what is your favorite part of Command? Like, what's your favorite app? Just curious.
Yep. I go back and forth a little bit between, and it's like your babies. That's like asking you who's your favorite child.
I agree.
Hi, this is Smart Plans, and this is Contacts.
Yeah,
Smart Plans is, he's a little fun. He's a little strange, but Contacts is so smart.
That's right.
We call him Nick.
Contacts is so thorough. We call him Nick. smart plans is really cool because automating anything is neat. But for me, I think and then contacts is neat because for any person, you can see every interaction you've had. If they're doing stuff on your mobile, I think that's so cool. But really, I think opportunities is a game changer for agents because it puts their business front and center in their hands. They can see their pipeline, they can see their forecasting, and I think that's something that I got my real estate license when I was in college when I was 22. Both my parents were in real estate. That's something that I always remember being a challenge for them is forecasting their business. And so I think opportunities because there's nuances to opportunities that hopefully no one thinks about. When you think about moves through the pipeline, forecasting your business, how that relates to your goals, how to transfer your
Jessica breaking up.
Jessica, you're frozen for 1 second.
Jay Groff. I'm back, Jay Groff.
She's back. Jay Groff is back.
Oh.
Guys, okay. I'm going down. Oh, I'm good. Over and out.
Mayday.
Please return to your seat and buckle up.
Keep all hands and arms inside the airplane at all times.
Nick, watch your hands. Hand check.
We're going down.
And she's frozen again. Okay.
I know. Am I back? Am I back?
You're good. You're back.
Okay. You're pretty back.
Pretty back. Okay. That, and then when you think about how once an opportunity goes through, it has to connect to compliance. I think all of those things, there's nuances there that I think the team has done a great job streamlining. So opportunities is probably my favorite, although it depends on the day.
I love what opportunities is becoming with client updates.
Yes.
And it's becoming very intuitive. I love how when you move an opportunity through different stages, it updates your goals in real time. I mean, I just think that's a really great tool. You know, a lot of systems, you know, you have to manually update your goals, and I just love that this is very precise. Hey, I just want to roll off some numbers here in the last 90 days, like command usage. So if you're not sitting down and you're watching this, you need to sit down because it's nuts.
I'm going to type it up. Tell me. I'm ready.
In the last 90 days, the following has happened in command. 16,443 referrals have been sent worth $4.4 billion in business in the last 90 days. Not year to date, 90 days. Okay. In the last 90 days, there have been 722,733 leads generated through Facebook campaigns in the last 90 days for an average cost per lead of $1.71 in the last 90 days. Okay. We have 1,265,957 command smart plans running in the last 90 days. We have written 1,814,735 contracts in the last 90 days. Just want everyone to kind of like absorb that massive amount of information that just floors me.
That is like, it's unreal. What I like is the probable impossible.
By the way, for $25 a month, for $25 a month.
Right.
Yeah. So I like the probable impossible because it shows such a gap for agents to take it, like look in their business and see where they're not converting. Because I have agents that used to come to me and they would go, I'm going to all these appointments, but I'm just not getting the listing. I'm like, okay, let's go through your presentation, which generally was them because they were talking about themselves, just like the consumer app. Like, don't talk about yourself. You talk about what you're going to do for the client and give them what they want. And now it's so nice to look at a deep dive. It's like, well, what are you leaving on the table because you're not refining a skill at some point in the transaction?
Absolutely.
Also, you guys should know that consumer app year to date, 208 million home searches on your consumer apps and sites. So if your app is not in the hands of your consumer, if your consumer's app is not branded to you, that's what I meant. It's branded to someone else.
Amen. Yeah. This is what I tell people all the time. So, Jessica, I tell people, hey, if you don't want to work your database, I will.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Does that make you super excited to hear that, Jessica? Like all those amazing numbers, like what you're building is just really, something different.
Sometimes it's hard at times to for it to sink in, right? That's something that you're working, that many millions of searches, right? 208 million home searches in 90 days. Like to stop and think that we got to work on something that is impacting that many people is like, sometimes it's really hard to get your head around, like, what is 208 million searches? Like that is phenomenal. And so I think,
Right.
we see it on a screen in front of us. And that's why, for me, I really love our mega camp and our family reunion events, is because we get to hear those stories. We get to see the agents who've taken our technology and worked it into their business, and hear those things. Jason Abrams and our lab group bring us a lot of those stories. So it is, when you hear it, you get goosebumps a little bit. You're proud that you got to work on something. But I hear a lot of those numbers, and I think of all of the agents who've embraced technology this year, which has been such a crazy year. And I could imagine a very scary year. If you think about the beginning of February and March as a real estate agent, would have been a very, very scary time, because you don't know what's going to happen. COVID's coming in. And so how's that going to impact the real estate industry? Are people still going to go look at houses? Is anyone going to want to move? All the questions that we were thinking, I know all of our agents were as well. And so we really wanted to think, what are the quick things we could do to help agents? And I'm proud of the things we were able to get out, but I think even more, I'm impressed and just floored by our network of agents at Keller Williams, and the leadership, and how everyone has pivoted this year and embraced the new world that we live in, and just continued to be incredibly successful, incredibly flexible, lean into all of the training that's been coming out. And so when I hear those things, to me, that's not just a technology story. That's a Keller Williams story of everybody kind of saying, okay, this is a different year, and we're going to do things a little differently, and we're going to use technology to make our business as strong as it can, and we're going to train on how to do all these things virtually that we can, and I'm just going to keep moving. And I think that's kind of been the motto of Keller Williams, is no matter what gets thrown at us, we're always gonna keep going and embrace it and dive right in. And so to me, I'm just amazed by our agent base, and every time I see everything that's happened month over month, not only with the technology, but with the Keller Williams business, I'm thankful to be part of this amazing family of agents and leadership, because it truly is a remarkable group.
It is. It's pretty extraordinary. I have a team leader friend that left KW and is coming back into KW. And she was a team leader like 7-8 years ago. And I said, you have no idea how different this company is. Like, it gives me chill bumps, but I think the ability to pivot so quickly, and because to have that freedom and the direction that, like, hey, we're going to go this way. Hey, we're going to go this way. Hey, we're going to go this way, and actually be able to execute it is pretty sick.
Right.
Hey, Jessica, I have a comment real quick.
Okay.
So I've been on a couple tech calls, KWR Monday tech calls, and Gary's on those calls, and I found it really impressive just how much Gary is in tune with what you guys are doing with the tech, right? Like, you would think, Gary hired Josh, and then now he has you, and he's got Annie and Ellen, and he's got and Jason. Like, you would think that, like, at that point, he'd be like, okay, I got the right people in place. I don't have to pay much attention to that. But man, the first time I was on those calls, I was like, this guy is like, he knows, right?
Yes, he does.
So,
I don't think I'm not going to pay much attention to that, as in Gary's DNA. So you're exactly right.
No, what I mean is, like, when you're a CEO, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have other people to kind of pay attention to those things for you, but I'm just so impressed with just how in tune he is.
He is. It's true. And I think that's a credit to the KWRI leadership, and Josh and Gary specifically, that when they do, they set out this vision, and they know the direction that they want to go. The nuanced details of how we get there is up to our team to figure out. And so we bring that back, and we present, hey, this is what we're designing, that we're going, and Gary will get into the weeds of it, and he'll talk about this and how does this work, and we'll know an agent needs to be able to do this, and they're all incredibly. Him and Josh are this is now my 5th software company, and so I've had leaders that have different levels of involvement, and I love how engaged and connected Josh and Gary both are to not just the vision and the strategy, but the execution of it, and seeing how that ladders up to to the vision that Gary has in his mind for where we're going with technology. And the coolest thing is we're talking about now, but Gary already knows where he wants us to be a year, 2 years from now, as well as Josh. And so we're able to make sure what's coming out, what's launching now is right. And then the next things that we have on our plate we kind of work in these 6-month increments. So right now we're kind of in our family reunion. What's everything that we're going to be able to get done before then? And they know exactly where we want to go with that. And so the input from them, the input from our ideas portal, the input from our product specialists who are on Facebook all the time and seeing what everyone's asking for is kind of everything that comes together. And we say, okay, here's the 15 things we'd love to do for, you name it, opportunities. We think we can get to these 7. Let's make sure these are the right 7, align with everybody. And then we say, okay, that's our shot. We're calling. Let's go see if we can hit it over the next 3 months. And then we start building.
It's so fun because things that we labbed 3-4 years ago for like on the leadership side, I'm like, I did that. Like I really like to take responsibility, like I did it.
Yeah.
But it is so fun to be like everything. Like it's like I put a wish list after being a team leader for so long together, wrapped it up, and I handed it. And like every once in a while, I see it all creep in, and I'm like, yes.
Hey Jessica, real quick, because we have to wrap up in a few minutes, but I just want to learn a little bit about what is behind you in your Zoom room.
Yes,
because I always look at someone's Zoom background or wherever they're at in their office, because I feel it's important to know. Like you look at my background, you could instantly tell I like superheroes.
He likes to look smart with a bookshelf.
I have books behind me. That's about it.
That's about it.
But I have superheroes over here. I have Marvel over here. DC is my favorite, no matter what. Always a Superman dude. Stop it, Caryn. Stop. It's a 6-year-old thing running down the street with my Superman costume when I lived in Brooklyn Heights.
I love it.
I would run up to people and say, "Hi, I'm Superman. What's your name?" Swear to God, that's what happened. But anyway, so talk about what's behind you and what you like.
I would love to. Okay, so I'll start over here. I'll start with these two. So this is my undergrad degree, and then so I got my undergraduate degree from St. Edward's University. I played golf at St. Edward's. So if anyone's ever in Austin and wants to go play around, hit me up. This is my my master's degree from the University of Texas.
Woo!
I got my Longhorns.
What's your master's in?
My master's degree is in advertising with an emphasis on online user behavior.
Oh, that's awesome.
God.
Yes.
So, all right, we're going to talk a lot more. Jessica, we need to be better friends.
Yeah, Jessica and I need to be best friends.
Well, I'll be best friends with both of you.
I called it first.
This is a fishing poster. So I really like fishing. This is all the Texas freshwater fish. It just says all of them. And then fun story, this you can't really tell, but this is a lure. The reason that it's on my wall is because I went fishing about 4 months ago, and I caught a fish, and I was trying to get it off the lure. It freaked out. It was a lure with 2 hooks. The other hook went through my hand, and I had to go to the hospital to get that one removed from my hand. So it's now on the wall. Yeah.
I'm sure this is Kristen Jungles that she'll play you in a round of golf. She's one of my agents. She's been on the show. She's
Caryn
actually
can drive the golf cart.
But I almost crashed a golf cart a month ago.
Good.
So you'll be in charge of driving. Joke then. I get you.
It's not an inside joke. It was on TikTok.
It was on TikTok.
I don't know that because I don't know.
Okay.
TikTok.
This is my
sneaker? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. This is my signed Ricky Williams Heisman jersey. So big Texas fan, big college football fan. And this is actually my very first Keller Williams lanyard from my family reunion that I got to attend. And then the sneakers, these are some. As everyone knows, we are partners with Google. They were nice enough to send me some custom Google Vans.
Those are
Hold on a second. You know I collect sneakers, right, Jessica? I don't know if you know this.
Those are really cool.
Yes.
I haven't bought as many during COVID because I don't have anywhere to show them off. But I'm a big Air Force One, and I also go on NikeID.com and create my
customized.
own.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how do we get some of those?
You got to be Jessica Groff.
Sneakers.
Josh team wears Crocs, so
yeah, I'm not sure
when he's on the show, we're gonna talk to him about that.
It's sort of like I love Josh, but he's gonna have to win me back after that.
Crocs. He's
gonna have to win me back.
Were they red?
They were red.
They were red. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, "Are you wearing Crocs?" And then I sent him a text later, like, "I'm sorry that I picked on you."
So Jessica, that's so cool. So I love I just love. You can tell a lot about a person by what's behind them. Like behind Caryn, you can tell that she's really into like wood planks.
I'm into wood planks. I'm not into doing planks.
She's a carpenter. Are you a lumberjack?
I'm a woodworker in my part-time for fun. I'm wood.
And I love lampshades too.
I like lamps.
And fake flowers.
I have a picture of my husband, which I do at my office too. That's when we were kind of dressed up. Yeah.
Can we go to Caryn's office and give it a makeover?
Yeah. I am.
It's a beautiful office. What's in the basket in front of the lamps?
My masks.
Oh, your masks. Mm-hmm.
That I just got these.
Oh yeah. Send them to Jessica. They're KW.
And they're KW.
They're lovely.
I think, KWRI is getting them today, I think. So you can go steal some from them. But you know what's funny, Jessica, is I was doing an interview with Gary Keller, first time ever. Like, I've been with KW forever. And he goes, we were doing a one-on-one before the interview. Like, he had to see if I was worthy. No, I'm just kidding. He was amazing. And he goes, where are you? And I go, in my basement. And he goes, might want to get a green screen.
Amazing.
So before the interview, I'm literally like texting Mindy pictures of like every room in my house. I'm like, is this acceptable? Is this acceptable? Is this acceptable? But I was like, this looks like Austin.
It does. It does.
Now you have to paint it because Gary didn't like it.
No, I think it's
someone wants to know how they can buy the masks.
I'll post the link.
Jessica, you're awesome. It's always fun talking to you. And I always notice that, the technology people at KW, they're so personable and charismatic too.
It's true.
You get that, right?
You
don't usually get, with the algorithm of the thing.
We've got a good mix of both, I think.
Hey, Jessica, you know who we need next on the show? I need Svetlana because she's like my hero. When we do the leadership updates, she always delivers like all the answers, like all the stuff. And so then all the leadership loves her.
Yeah. Do you know my favorite fact about Svetlana? I don't know if you knew this about her. She actually has her PhD in linguistics. So she is Dr. Sveti.
So we have Dr. Lisette and Dr. Svetlana. Linguistics was actually one of my favorite classes in college. That means she's really smart if she has a PhD in linguistics.
Not only that, but she used to be an artificial intelligence engineer before she came over to product management. So she is a very smart lady.
I just feel so dumb right now.
I know, seriously.
Svetlana can do that to many of us.
She gets to deliver, like Kelly Cody like kicks it off. Obviously, I'm obsessed with her. But then Svetlana really gets to like clinch it in that call, and then she's everyone's favorite.
I love that.
This has been an amazing call. I'm so glad that you're on.
I have too. I have never had a conversation with Jessica one-on-one, and now Jessica, I have quality. Way to go.
I'm going to send this video to every market center leadership should watch this because there was so much information about our tech and how it gets built. I love it.
And your delivery was exquisite.
Yeah, she never says or like. She's so well spoken.
Very well spoken. I
love Jessica. Jessica J. Groff, thank you for being on. It was super fun.
Hey, anytime you guys have me back when you want to talk tech some more, I'd love to join you. And
can you come back on Friday?
Hey, you tell me. Send me an invite. I'll be here.
We should do Jessica once a month or once every 2 months for like updates and stuff, and just to say hi.
I can't give too much of the secret sauce away, but I can give updates.
What do you think? Like I have some ideas.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna go to Caryn. I have some ideas, Jessica.
Okay. Have your people talk to my people.
Since everybody thinks I'm Nick's assistant, that Jessica
Jay Papasan's assistant thought that Caryn was my assistant. Like she emailed Caryn. She goes, Caryn, would Nick mind if Jay actually did the show on the? And I text Caryn. I'm like, does she think that you're my assistant? Because that's freaking great.
And I just went with it. Why? I just went with it. Let
me check with Mr. Baldwin.
That's exactly how it went down.
All right.
Jessica has some technology she has to build.
I do. Lovely to hang out with y'all. Thank y'all for being such great advocates for us. Have a good day.
Thank you. Love
You're the
this.
best. Bye, Jessica.
Bye, guys.
Oh my God, I love her.
I love J. Groff. J. Groff.
She makes me KW proud.
I have some ideas of how we can incorporate J. Groff into the show.
I
on a
can't
little
hear
bit more.
you.
What?